Okay. Oh, I forgot my computer again. Damn it. It's right here at least. Hold on, guys. I'm coming. If you're there, I'm coming. I forgot to get my computer, of course. I'm here. Just hang on. Oh, good. I didn't miss anybody. Look at that. Woohoo. All right. Hello, hello, hello. I need just a tad tiny bit more room around here. Hi, guys. Hi, Don. Hi, Keith. I'm going to put my computer down here. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to put it up here. And I'll put this stuff down here. How is everybody today? I hope everybody's better than me. Not that I'm bad. I'm not bad. It's just, you know, I posted in the group. I've had one of those days where I just was bitchy for no reason whatsoever. So, I've been trying not to be. I came home and fell asleep in my chair. I think because it's cold. I hate the cold. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Artsy. Hi, Jackie. And I ate Doritos. And that's hopefully what is going to make me not be a bitch tonight. Oh, hi, Angela. All right. I forgot to set up my computer because I'm a big dork. But here we are. Okay. I don't know. God, am I going to be able to do this? There's so much to bring down to do these discussions on the herbs because there's so many choices. But, you know, I have all that too. So, we'll figure it out. Let's see. You are not late. Not at all. I just started. I'm just getting it together. So, hello. Hi. Let's see. Who do we have? Janice and Rachel. Hi. And Ponderosa Pros. Hello. How are ya? Okay. Just got my coffee. Good. So, Jackie and I actually were talking before I came on, and I had to put my drink in my favorite cup. So here, is it backwards for you? Nope. Okay. That was my cup for the day. So I got my Adore Bizzle deck today. Yay! Oh, good. I thought it was really cute. I really like that one. Okay, I can say it. Hopefully, if you have little ones watching, cover their ears. Says, I have the patience of a saint. Saint Cunty McFuckoff. That's the kind of day I've been having, though. It really is. Okay. Not really. I shouldn't say that, because it really wasn't. It just was, you know, one of those days that you just feel like you don't know what the hell it is, but you want to, like, kick everyone's ass. That's the kind of day it is. Yes. Hi, I'm about to eat my dinner. Yay! Hi, Leland. Thanks for joining us. You can listen and follow along just fine while eating. No problem. Hi, Midnight. Good. And Honey's here. Great. All right. So, I am probably going to put my glasses on because I don't know what it is. The cold, all of a sudden, I can't see shit. I can't read anything. I can't. Getting old as hell. Don't do it. I don't recommend it whatsoever. Okay, Herbal Magic came today. Yay! That's my favorite. Here it is right here. It's my favorite. It is, as far as I'm concerned, it is the book that I reach for more than any other book, except for mine, which, like I said, I write my specific, like if I do an incense one year and I'm like, oh, that was a really good one, I make sure I write my recipe in there. And so that way next year I know, oh yes, this was the one I really liked. So absolutely. I also got that book last week. Yay! Oh, good, Angela. You guys are doing great. I see Young Living, just, yep, right here. You caught it just at the very bottom. Yes. I do have, my husband actually sold Young Living for a little while. And really so we could kind of get a discount on them. Because oils are expensive sometimes, boy. It's hard to get oils if you want to get good stuff. I mean, you can kind of scrounge and get stuff that it maybe isn't quite so great. But, you know, in this day and age, you got to be careful of what's in those oils, right? So, my day has been off from my shower curtain rod breaking. Oh, no, to me, just being annoyed all day for no reason. Absolutely. I hear ya. I can't afford diffusers, so I just use burners. Absolutely, and that's fine. I was going to say that too. There's so many different ways to do that. As a matter of fact, my husband has a kind of almost a homemade burner. We have anytime, okay, thrift store ideas, okay? So I have my little cauldrons. Most of my cauldrons, except for this one was my first one. And, oh, I really need to season it again. Because it has the little pentacle on there. My first one I bought at like a witchy shop. The rest of my cauldrons are all cast iron and all old, and I've got them at thrift shops, at antique kind of stores, that kind of thing. So keep your eyes out when you go. Or flea market. I love the flea market. Flea markets always have really good cauldrons. And keep in mind, they can be really like totally rusted out and looking crappy and stuff, as long as they don't have any holes in them or they don't have any thin spots in them. You can always reseason them and they look perfect. My big one, or my semi-big one, oh no, this is my big one. This one I got, and it was totally like, okay, now here we are, the end of the season again. Really? Why is my camera so crappy? There. This one, see how this line there means that it's really old. But this one was completely rusted, and I totally reseasoned it, and it's like my best cauldron. And I paid like 20 bucks for it at the flea market, because, you know, when they look like crap, nobody knows. Don't hit the camera with your pot. Nobody knows, you know, that it's worth stuff and that you can totally reseason them and make them look perfect. But, wait, what did I say? My freaking car broke down. Oh no! Earthbound. That's a good one. Not even 3,000 miles. Sat on the side of the road 2.5 hours for roadside freezing, and you had to pee. Oh, Debbie, I'm so sorry. That's horrible. Especially when it's cold. I know, it was so cold today. Ugh, I covered up with my blanket and literally fell asleep on the chair when I got home. Common healing vibes. Yep, for sure. My favorite is peppermint oil. Peppermint oil is good for migraines. Along with lavender, if you can use lavender too. A grinder can help de-rust cast iron as well, especially if it's bad. Yes, absolutely. I have found most of the time, I don't even need to do that though. Most of the time, if you oil it up really good and put it in your oven on low heat, like I usually put it in overnight and I leave it overnight on low heat. I sleep downstairs just in case, but I've never had any problem. And they turn out beautiful. And if it's not quite right, then I just oil it again and put it back in for a couple more hours. It turns out great, really. Anyway, so I was saying, burners and stuff. This is like an old brass. I don't know what the hell it was supposed to hold, but I know that I put a candle down here, and then I put my cauldron up top, and I can put oils in there if I want to just do the burner with oils, or I can put my charcoal in the actual cauldron and put, you know, put my loose incense over that. So just keep your eye out. You can, I have, I'm so bad. Hold on, here we go. Ready? This is my little stash. I have all kinds of stuff. See this? This held a little candle, and I got it at Goodwill or something for probably $1. Because it holds a little candle, I can put stuff up on top of that and make it a burner. I pick stuff up like that all the time. Yeah, look at, I got a little copper pot. I can use that for a burner. Just keep your eyes out, and all that stuff I gather to make my kits, because I always include either a cauldron or some kind of burner in my altar kits when I make them. So I used a cast iron skillet to cook in. Ah, me too. I love my cast iron. Yay, Jen for lunch break. Yay, Angie, all right. Love it. Okay, so we're going to talk about Yule is coming way too damn quick. All my patients today were saying happy holidays, and I'm like, no, I'm not ready for that. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, I guess it is coming right up. I can't believe it. So I really have to get my butt in gear. I have a half day tomorrow, so I'll be uploading some of my actual Yule videos about what Yule is, what it's all about. Yule is one of my favorite holidays because to me it's very spiritual. It gives me a chance, especially with the Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that stuff, that is all about chaos and do we have enough turkeys, and do we have to cook, and all the families coming and all that stuff. Yule gives me a chance to take a break, go outside in the cold. I always dress up real warm and really take a spiritual moment to acknowledge the longest night of the year. I love the longest night of the year. It's, you know, it's so spiritual to me. I love being able to take that break, and I bring music with me, and I light candles, and I just love it. I just love it. So Yule is a big deal for me. Yule is my first holiday. Yay! Oh, that's awesome, Rachel. Just bought my first cauldron to me at Goodwill today. Good job, Janice. Woohoo! You haven't missed hardly anything, Sue. We're just starting to talk about stuff. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Xanthia. All right. Can you do a full moon ceremony? Yeah, I probably could. When is the full moon? It's terrible. I don't have my my little calendar over here. It's got to be, let's see. So next week. Is it next week? The town next to me has already put up their electric snowflakes. Wow, makes me smile. No kidding. You also like eggnog. Oh my God. I adore eggnog. Eggnog is like my favorite thing, which is like the worst universal joke on me ever, because I am very lactose intolerant since I hit 40. Literally, like 2 days after I hit 40, all of a sudden, my body just went, nope, no lactose for you. But I have found a couple of things and my husband has helped me make these recipes that turn out really good, that I can still taste my eggnog. Because really, it's about nutmeg and that creamy feeling, right? So, I think full moon is Thanksgiving. Oh, is it really on Thanksgiving? Oh, let me look at my calendar. Hold on, because it's right here. Hold on, I'm looking. It is, oh, the next day, but yes, absolutely. Let's do that. That sounds good. We'll do a full moon ceremony for sure. Okay, ramen nog. Oh, so good. In the Philippines, Christmas starts on September 1st on the dot. No kidding. I did not know that. So am I. Drink it and stay close to the toilet. Oh my God, it just kills me. Oh, it's so good, especially when it's real cream and it's, oh, you can tell, right? Okay. I love Mexican eggnog. Rum Pope. That sounds good. I will look for the post after this. I need to go thrifting soon. I'd love to find a cauldron in an antique store. Absolutely. Right when you are giving them which away. Black Friday craziness. Exactly. Well, Christmas songs are playing everybody everywhere. I know it. My plan was to thirst for Yule, but I guess I am for the full moon now. Yep. For sure. 22nd. Yep. Okay. All right. So let's talk about it. First of all, as far as incense. Now, I will tell you, gosh, a long time ago, I used to make, you know, the incenses, you can roll your own cones, but you have to have, it's harder to do. For me, anyways, I feel like it's harder to do that. I would rather get little charcoal discs, which I recommend that you put in a Ziploc bag that seals so that no air gets to it, because it makes it a lot easier to light. Once they get in the air, they're hard to light. So here's the little charcoal discs, and then you put the loose incense over them, and it makes it a lot easier as far as trying to make your own. And I also, if you guys want to get into the actual cone and incenses and stuff, I'll show you. But it's so much easier to make loose incense and put them over charcoal. For me, anyways. Have you made a video for tarot suits, or have I missed it? No, I have not done for tarot suits yet. We are just kind of going over one card at a time right now. And we have to do the court cards very soon. But 4 inches tall and 1.5 inches tall. Nice. I'm back to work. Okay. Thanks, Artsy. Oh, 5.5 inches wide. Okay. I made cone once. Yeah, it's a pain to find the base. Exactly. The stuff that holds it all together and stuff, it is kind of a pain to do. For me, it's just a whole lot easier to do loose incenses. So, I have my recipe that I used, I don't know, I've used for quite a few years. And then I printed out a whole bunch, of course, from my Pinterest page, which, you know, then I went down a rabbit hole and it took me 2 hours to get back out, because it's just too easy to start going down that rabbit page. Okay. Yes, I know, I'm freezing. 30s, yep, we're about that. It was snowing this morning, and I'm like, no, I'm just not ready. Love to burn incense, but with the parrots being so sensitive, oh, I bet. No, I did not. I'm on that. That'll be next. Dee Dee, thank you. And hello, I haven't seen you in a little bit. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of different recipes, guys. And really, what you can do is you gotta, like anything else, you have to experiment for yourself. I've got bunches of recipes on my Pinterest pages, and you really want to look at everybody else's recipes and say, what makes this holiday for you? What makes you feel like it's Yule time? And so there's some similar ingredients to a lot of these. And I usually start with that. All right, this one, you can't really see the ingredients very well. Maybe, but it's awful dark. This one is clove, juniper, cinnamon, and orange peel. So there is, hi Denise, welcome. There is a lot of similarities. You'll see frankincense is in a lot of these. You'll see cinnamon is in a lot of these. Clove is in a lot of these. Oranges is in a lot of these, which, of course, that's the one thing I forgot. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. So, I, in getting ready for this, realized that I'm out of cloves, or my husband stole them for an actual, you know, cooking something. But I can't find my cloves, which I can't believe. I'm going to have to go get some more cloves. And I don't think I have a whole lot of frankincense. I just have a little bit left. But this is what happens when, you know, you got to kind of purge stuff out every year anyways, because a lot of stuff only lasts for about a year anyways, depending on what it is. So, when on YouTube, I'm on video 4. Awesome. Awesome. I just, you know, and I kind of jump around, Denise, to, you know, whatever I feel at the moment or what people are asking me for. All right, so usually I make sure that I have a resin in there, because the resin is what burns longer. So if you pound up a resin in there, then it will help your incense to last a little bit longer. If you don't have resin, sometimes when I first started, I didn't really know a whole lot about resin. And so I didn't have resin in the first couple I made. And I remember kind of throwing it onto the charcoal discs. And it was like, oh, that's really nice. Gone. Like less than a minute. And it's all done. So this one is, I think, this is my myrrh. So instead of frankincense for tonight, I have myrrh out because I need my frankincense. I got to go and get some more at our local store here. So again, there's 100 things you could use. A rolling pin and a plate that won't break. I recommend getting some kind of mortar and pestle if you're going to be doing your own herbal work, though. It makes things a whole lot easier. Thank you, everyone, trying to get settled and warm up. I tried to tell you all by name, but don't have it in me right now. Waited 17 for a car, and now this is great. Yay! Dragon's blood, yes. Oh, I love dragon's blood, absolutely. Put resin in the freezer. It should crush up even easier. Hey, there you go. Resin, I don't know, maybe it's because I always have these heavy duty. My favorite mortar and pestles are really heavy duty. This one is cast iron. My other one is marble that I use the most. This one is pretty heavy duty too. And that's kind of a reddish marble. I collect them though, so I have a lot. Okay, so when you grind it up, it's kind of a powder. So you add, usually it'll tell you in the recipe, 1 part this, 1 part that. I don't ever pay attention to that. I know that's terrible, but I really don't. I just kind of do what feels right. And when you are crushing up your ingredients, keep in mind that your energy is going into this. So whatever you are thinking about, whatever you are feeling like, you don't want to make an incense for winter solstice, which is supposed to be calm and peaceful and the longest night stuff. If you're pissed off and angry, and then that's what's going to go into your incense. So you want to keep your energy even with whatever it is you want to go in there, right? Place a tea towel over your mortar and pestle and pound on top of the towel. This prevents, yep, absolutely. That's a good tip too. I usually just use my hands because I'm lazy. But a tea towel is probably better. Probably keeps more stuff in there. Although that's true. With cinnamon, I be careful because that stuff flies all over the place. I got mine from the yard. Each fall, we trim red cedar trees, collect the sap from the trimmed ends. Oh, that's awesome, Dee Dee. I love that. Know of a cheap place to get dragon's blood? Well, I will tell you. I have found that if you can buy in bulk, you can get a better price if you get it in bulk. So either try to find people that will split with you, or if you're silly like me and you decide you just are going to get a whole big thing of it, this is my dragon's blood. I got dragon's blood powder. This is probably a year old at this point. Oh, which reminds me. So I'm going to give you another little tip, which I think I said last time, maybe. So I keep, okay, I hate this. I have to bend down because my tripod isn't quite tall enough for me. Okay, in pill bottles and like everything you buy has the little packets that say silicone gel, and the pill bottles always have these little things in there. So I save all of them and I put them in with my herbs, the ones that I'm not going to eat, by the way. I don't do that. I'm like with dragon's blood and stuff like that. That's good. I don't do that with any that I would think of ingesting. But it keeps the moisture from out of the bottles. So that helps because the moisture will create mold and stuff in your herbs. If you if you put them in a bottle and it gets humid and stuff like that, that keeps it out of the bottles. I say those too, Jen. To put them in my herbs to keep them fresh. Yes, absolutely. Throw away, do not eat. Yes. Absolutely. Yes, still a little drugged up. Recovering from the ER yesterday. Oh, yes, Rachel, I heard. Dragon's blood is a nuclear weapon on spirits. Oh, for sure. That's true. Absolutely. I used to keep it when we went on our ghost hunts, although we only pulled it out when we wanted to get rid of stuff. I wish I had the supplies to make my own stuff. Maybe someday when I have my money. I have some incense cones from years ago, but don't have access to matches or a lighter currently. I know, it used to be, they used to give out matches at like all the gas stations and stuff because of cigarette smoking, but now they really don't do that anymore, do they? I use them in my flow. I won't ask. Yes, I save all these for my pill bottles. Good, good, good. Can I also put it in my black salt? Yes. Anything that you are not going to eat. If you are not going to eat it, you can use it. Even if it's stuff that you're going to put on your body because it doesn't hurt your skin. But I don't use it on stuff that you're going to ingest into your body, okay? Okay, Tamaya, no problem. Non-toxic, though. I thought my son ate one. I called poison control. Oh, really? It is non-toxic? See, I didn't realize. And I still don't know if I would eat it, though. Like, not eat the thing, but I don't know. That's a good tip, though. Now I know if it happens, it's not a big deal. I ate silica when I was a baby. They just told my parents to push the liquids. Awesome. Yeah, that's true. It is in pill bottles. That's true. I don't know why I didn't think of that. It just is one of those things that you're like, I don't know. I better not do that. Oh, well. Matthew sent me a photo. Okay, Conjure Spirit, are you in here? He's not, is he? He just sent me a photo. I'm live, Matt. Okay. If it can lay with pills, you eat and jerky. Yep, that's true. That's true. So disregard, as long as I don't know, I still would not do it in the ones you find with clothes and stuff, but the pill bottle ones, then obviously, even though they're probably the same, but it's just me, I'm kind of cautious. Okay, so I always start with the resin. Okay, I'm back. And Matt, I blame you for that one. No, because it's funny, I just saw this notification come up that you sent me something. And I was like, hey, we're live, Matt. Where are you? All right. Off subject, but they say if your phone gets wet, put your phone in a baggie with those baggies. It'll absorb the moisture. That's a good, yep, I bet it does. Start with things from your kitchen. I know the frustration of not being able to afford what I want. Yes, absolutely. You can, bay leaves, steal bay leaves from your cupboard. They burn awesome, and they give off a good smell. Pine needles, anybody can, you can get pine needles anywhere. Yes, I am left-handed. Who said that? Nicole. Very, very astute of you. Yes, I am, absolutely, which means I'm the only one in my right brain. The wheel is back. Yes, it is. Start with simple salt and pepper. Absolutely. Completely under the radar ingredients. Yep. Love burning bay leaves. I'm left-handed too. Yay! I think a lot of us magical people are left-handed. Okay, so start with resin. Now, you've got all kinds of ingredients around you. I will say pine needles. I like these big long ones. There's a tree on my way to work that has these big long ones. And these are dried now, but they're usually like real dark green. So I use these a lot in when I start my Yule incense. So then I'm just going to break them off and add them in there. So I add some pine. Actually, it's funny. These ones I got because I use them for besoms as little magic brooms. But anyways, pine you can find anywhere, right? You can go right outside anything is. I'm lefty, yep. Left and right-handed. Xanthia, it's funny, you know, when I was younger, they didn't have stuff for left-handed people. So a lot of stuff I do with my with my right hand that a lot of people today wouldn't. Like I cut with my right hand because they just told us to learn the other way. They didn't have left-handed scissors when I was a kid. And I bat a ball with my right hand, and I golf with my right hand, and I eat and write. like most of what I do. And obviously now, before I didn't even think about it, but this, I do this with my left hand too. All right, so, yep, my backyard is full of pine trees. That's right. And most people are, or you can find them, you know, go on a walk and they're all over, right? Somehow I am behind. There it is. I've been doing that for some time, still living at home. Yep. It's all right, honey. I pick up fallen hibiscus flowers. Perfect. Yep. There you go. I pick up stuff out of my yard all the time. Pine cones and my peonies. I have a whole bunch of peony root and all that kind of stuff. What else do I have? Oh, dandelion, obviously. Every spring, I can't wait for the dandelions to come back because then I make my arthritis salve. Going on a subscribing run, subbing to everyone here. That's cool. How are we doing? Oh, yes, I love peonies. God, they're so pretty, right? You just got to watch the ants when you bring them in. I'm right-handed. I do everything right-handed. I fail at everything with my left. What are you going to do? That's all right. That's what makes the world go round. Wheel of the year. I'm right-handed, but my mom was a lefty, so I do some stuff left-handed. Jen, can you buy pine needles anywhere online? We have none in my area. You're kidding me, Angela. You have no pine, no big pine trees anywhere? Really? I can't even believe that. I'm trying to, yes, you can definitely buy pine needles online, but every time I see that, I always think, oh, you suckers. Somebody got you, because you should be able to go outside on any, like, nature walk and find pine needles all over the place. Or I'll send you some. Oh, my goodness, honey. If you don't have pine, I will send you some damn pine needles. We still have to, this weekend, we are doing our video, so I will send you some. I do my oil paintings right-handed, but I do the detail with my left. That is really cool. I get little violets. Oh, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. How about that spruce? Yep. Absolutely. Nope, not in this area of Phoenix. Oh, I didn't think of that because it's too dry. That's true. I don't think I've seen pine trees in Phoenix. You're right. Wow. Not that I doubted you. I believe you. Local Christmas tree farms or live Christmas trees sold around you. Yeah, that could be too. You could always say, hey, you know, can I come around and just scoop up some of the needles that have fallen off the trees? I have no dandelions in my yard. Makes me sad. Oh, see, little dandelion. Now, your family must use weed killer. We don't use any of that kind of stuff around here. But, of course, then everybody looks at our lawn like, oh, how dare you? Look at all those. I've been typing too slow, so I'm a bit behind. You're fine. Flagstaff, Arizona heads Douglas pine. Hey, hey. I lived in New Mexico, and they got pinyon trees. The resin is the most wonderful incense, and the spirits love it. Oh, that's a good idea. Cedar is divine. Yep. Oh, the cedar. Yes, the cedar needles. They're great. Whoops. Flying pine needles. No major weed killer that I'm aware of, but I've seen it in the area. Absolutely. You'd be surprised. If they're not growing, it's usually because of the weed killer. We don't have acorns here, and I love them. I think they're the cutest thing ever. Oh, my gosh, I have buckets of acorns. I do that, too. It's helpful to be able to use both hands. Yes. Okay. This time of year, the dandelions are all dead here. Yeah, they are here, too. New on the path here. Hi, Genevieve. I am happy you're here too. No problem. No dandelions. How sad. I know. They're great. They do heal everything. And you can eat the whole plant. I know. Roots and leaves and the flower part and everything. I love dandelions. Okay. So I put a little bit of pine in mine. A little bit of myrrh. I would have put a little bit of frankincense. But I don't have it. I got to get some. Time to go to my local store again. I got to make a list. Frankincense and clove, which is easy enough. Okay, so next I'm going to put a little cinnamon in. This is where it gets a little dicey. If you have the tea cloth that he was talking about, little tea towel, put it in because the cinnamon does kind of fly. So as I'm doing this, keep in mind, again, I'm thinking about calm, peace, longest night of the year, that kind of thing. Jennifer, is this your kitchen? I'm on live, Nancy. What can I help you? Did you want to come over in your underwear?
No, I wanted to see what was knocking.
Oh, that's me. This is not my kitchen. This is my my herbal corner. This is my apothecary corner. And so this is where I do all my workings of herbs and oils is in my little apothecary corner. I'm very lucky that my husband lets me take over most of the house without my stuff. So he built me my shelves for my herbs, and I've gathered up, everything else. Flea market, I think I got that shelf, and I found that shelf in the garbage, and I just keep gathering. Is it Genevieve then? I'll tell you, this is funny. Because I took French in high school, and because my name is Jennifer, they would make me say my name in French was Genevieve, and so they made me say it like that. So now for once, finally, 20-something years later, it helped me to say your name. Love it. I have an apothecary shelf. Awesome. I love your pastel. Yellow is one of my favorite colors. This is like really one of my favorites because it's cast iron. It's super heavy. You hear that? It's super heavy. So here, this is what it's looking like already. See, it starts to kind of just look like ashes if you really keep grinding. My parents allowed me to take over the dining room for my art studio and spirituality stuff. Awesome, Angela. That's good. Reminds me that I really need to start documenting the plants around me. Yes, I know. Me too, Nicole. I know. We talked about that last week when we were on about herbs, and then I kind of forgot to. I started to write them down, but I forgot to start a post about it. My hubby allowed me to take over a corner of the house. That's good. Hey, that works. At least, I have to say, Matt, at least your hubby, though, kind of practices with you and stuff. That helps. My hubby is Christian, but he's really, really good. He practices with me sometimes, too, like just to be there with me and, like anything else. If he was Jewish, I would go to the synagogue with him, and he does my stuff with me, and I do his stuff. We celebrate Christmas and Yule. I love it. Excited to have my own place. Yay, that would be great. I should try to learn more about plants, too. Absolutely. Is there a book that would tell you the native plants to your area? Yes. I wonder, I probably can't get over there without killing myself. Maybe. Give me 1 second. I will show you. Oh, sorry. Oh. Hold on. Ow. Hold on. Oh, that's the Rocks and Minerals book. My husband has been clearing stuff out to get ready for Thanksgiving. The boys are coming home. So where is... Can't see. Herbal healing. No. Well, of course, I'm not going to be able to find it right now. Ow. All right, so I was going to say there is a, what the heck is it called? There's a guide. I have a guide for animals of Northern America, and there's a guide for plants of Northern America, too, that I have, but I can't find it. But something like this, if you look up, this one is for tri-state, so it's New York and New Jersey and whatever the hell, what is it, Connecticut, they say, or New Hampshire, or one of them. But this gives you an idea of what will grow here. And then it has a whole bunch of pictures. So you can see the different pictures in it. And I will tell you there's an app, and of course it's on my phone, so I can't do it right now, but I'll try to remember to post in the, thank you, Matt. It took me years, guys, years. I'll post a picture of what I started with. When I first started years and years ago, I had basically something like that. I had a little hutch and I had like 5 or 10 herbs on there, and I just kept growing it. Anyways, there's an app that will identify the plants that you like point your camera at it and your phone at it and take a picture of it, and it will tell you what plant it is. And I just found that this year, and it's awesome. So I will try to remember to post that in the group. Our Barnes & Noble has a local section. Yes, I bet you. Yeah, that's true. I bet most Barnes & Nobles do, for sure. There's an awesome app. Yep, takes a picture and identifies the plant. Yes, and I have it, and I can't, of course, remember what it is. But if you look up like Plant ID or something on your either iPad or Google Play or whatever you have, I bet you'll be able to find it. Your name's Matt, Conjurer's Table. Oh, yes. Yep, I'm trying to learn, Nicole. So if I'm not saying what their YouTube name is, I'm trying to learn it. I'm getting better. There's some people still that I don't remember yet. And it's nothing against you if I don't remember your name. It's just my old brain can only learn one at a time. All right. Plant Snap. Yes, I love it. Does anyone have an herbal first aid kit? I'm working on such. Oh, that's a great idea. That is a great idea. I don't have it. I bet you I have enough crap I could make one, but I don't have it yet. Okay, so what did I put in there? Pine and, oh, cinnamon. I ended it with cinnamon. All right. One thing I have to say, a lot of the recipes for Yule have juniper berries, which, look at, I'm running low on juniper berries too. But I will get some more because I definitely need some. Juniper berries are really good for the holiday time too. Now, I usually wait to put in my berries till the very last because they're wet. They're a wet ingredient. And so it kind of makes the whole thing a little sticky, which is good. But at the end, it makes it a little easier because you don't want to have a whole bunch of sticky stuff in there and then try to keep going with it. So I shouldn't have taken them out. I would put cloves in, but right now, as I said, I don't have cloves. So I'm going to replace the cloves with something similar, but different. It's star anise, which I love. Love, 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 love the star anise scent. And it's a good holiday one too. Yes, Johnny, I know. I've seen your posts, honey, that you're Indian and French. I see. What's in your herbal kit? I used to have to collect juniper berries when I lived in Arizona. Ah, yes. I wish we can't grow it here, so I always have to buy it. Star anise. You're right-handed? That's good. What did I just spill? Something. Okay. I'm making a list of spices and herbs that I don't have in my collection but need to work on getting. I know. I have to make my list of stuff I'm running low on because it's been close to a year since I kind of replenished everything that I can't grow myself. So, smells so good. Oh, it does. So does. Love it, love it, love it. I wish I could. Remember smell-o-vision. We got to invent smell-o-vision so I can show you guys what it smells like. Okay, so I would say then I'm going to add a little bit of orange peel. Although I will say that if I had more time, which I will for my actual Yule incense, I would just take orange peels, dry them out for a couple days, and put them in. Because they will have much more scent than just, you know, regular orange peel spice that you get. But I'm going to put the orange peel spice in for now. And intention. Calm, longest night of the year, getting through, rebirth, the god being rebirthed through the goddess at Yule. Symbolize the wheel of the year turning again. Okay, catch me up. We have pine needles, cinnamon, star anise, or clove, orange peel, juniper berries, frankincense and or myrrh. Can you add drops of essential oil to your incense, or is that a no? Yes, you can, as long, I wouldn't do it right before you put it in, like right before you burn it. But if you have a day or two, you can drop a couple drops of essential oil in there for sure. It burns away pretty quickly. So it's not great, but it works. It smells really good, and then you burn it and it just burns away quick. That's all. But anise is essential for me as well. Oh yes, I love it. I have calendula, plantain, cayenne, amica, willow bark, ginger. Ginger is a good one too for the holiday season. That ginger smell depends on what you're making. I find ginger goes a little bit too far into like the gingerbread smell, depending on what else you put in there. I have orange peel tea. I didn't like it. I need to burn it to see how it smells. Perfect. Our anniversary is on Yule. Aw, happy anniversary, Dawn. I have pine trees in Kentucky. Absolutely, Johnny. You should, for sure. If you can't get juniper berries, substitute gin. Awesome. I love that. There are some great substitutions, for sure. So keep your eyes out, and I'll try to remember. I know I have posts in my Pinterest page along with everything else. I have an orange tree in my yard, but the fruit is very sour. Yes, you could, yes, absolutely use the peels from that. In fact, because they're sour, they would probably be better to burn because they'll have a lot of that in there. Never liked the taste of gingerbread. I didn't when I was a kid. When I got older, it's like it grows on you, you know, like alcohol. All right, so, and then lastly, I'm going to put in a little bit of juniper berries. Those juniper berries, I don't know what it is that they do to it. It just gives it just a little bit, a hint of something from your youth or something. Ginger gets away from me. Yes, me too. Now, with the juniper berries, you want to make sure that you are crushing them. So if you have to do it individually, then do it individually. Like we said, rolling pin works good if you don't have a mortar and pestle. Ah, me too. Yeah, I bet you it would work. I love the gingerbread. I make my own, not from a box. I can make my husband make anything. I was going to say, yeah, me too, but I don't. But I make my husband, he makes anything I ask him to. I love it. I'm like, hey, can we make this year? Yeah, sure, here. He's such a great cook. I love it. I haven't had to cook since I got married 26 years ago. But think about it. Yes, you really could use it, Ponderosa. Absolutely. You just let it dry out a little. Oh, yes. I wish you could smell this. Okay. So this is what it's looking like. I need a... you're not going to be able to see it in there anyway. All right. So this is what it's looking like, guys. All put together. And there's little chunks in there. You do not have to make everything into powder. It's okay to have chunks. Good luck trying to make those juniper berries into powder. It's not going to work. But... that's all there is to it. Now, I'm going to take my charcoal. Okay, back. My husband loves to cook. Yay, he always makes breakfast unless I make German pancake. Ooh, that sounds good. Any tips of catching a cook of my own, Jen? Oh, this happened the last time too, huh? My husband, I pause the TV, and then I forget that it needs to be on mute. Okay, we're getting there. Cook husband of your own. I tell you, I had to. That was the best thing about him. I had to train him for everything else. So I don't know what to tell you. Now he's great, but boy, it took a long time to get to that point. In fact, we divorced once, and then I remarried the same person. So I don't recommend going that route. All right. But here we go. We are going to, here's our little cauldron. So I just want to show you. Normally I would, I should probably show you the right way. Hold on. Let me grab my tongs. Hopefully they're here. Yep. Okay. So I honestly am usually too, like I just use my fingers, but you're supposed to use the tongs so you don't burn yourself. I'm not sure if they smell or not. I've heard cedar could be toxic to burn inside. Is that true? I have not heard that, but it's possible. It's a good thing I haven't used any cedar in this, but I do have it out just in case I wanted to, but I decided not to. I had an uncle married and divorced the same woman 6 times. Well, see, I feel a lot better now. I only had to do that once. My cauldron looks like it's about the same size. Perfect. I've heard yellow cedar is toxic when burnt red is okay. My cat is so warm. Okay, so you want to light the charcoal, and you know, see that spark stuff? You know that the charcoal is good when it does that. It's going to start a lot better when it sparks like that. If it doesn't spark like that, it will still light. But see, it starts going crazy. It just may take a lot longer, and then you really want tongs. If you have charcoal that has, oh, I only do one side. When I'm doing it with my hands, I only do one side because it'll catch the whole thing. And as soon as it starts sparking really good, then I know I got it and I just put it down. If you have charcoal that doesn't do that, it still will light. You just have to keep the lighter on it a lot longer. So once it's going, I can't use my lighter at all. I always burn my thumb. Well, I have the longer lighters too, but they disappear really easy. So, all right. So then they have, oh, I should have showed you. There's a little divot in the charcoal disc. There's a little divot. So you put that divot so it's up top and it's like a bowl. And you just, oh, that smells so good. So you just drop the incense right onto the charcoal disc and it creates a bowl and it burns. And I usually do a little bit at a time and creates this wonderful smell of this smoke is wonderful. Now, keep in mind that it's still smoke. So if you live in an apartment, if you have a ton of, what do you call them? Smoke detectors around and stuff. Yes, it does. It will. If you put a lot on there, I have done that. I can't tell you how many times I have set off smoke detector. When I use my loose incense, though, most of the time, I just use a little bit, enough to kind of put that scent into the air. Put a little bit on at a time. Or if it's one of the sabbats that we can do outside, then I just do a whole bunch of incense, like a pretty good size container of it, and put it in the burn pile outside. When we're, doing a ritual fire outside, we can do it like that. Our loose incense is burnt with the charcoal disc any less intense than the stick incense. My mom is extremely sensitive to stick incense. It depends on what you put in it. It could be because, for one thing, except for the resin, it burns off a lot quicker. And then the resin just kind of creates a little bit. If you see, I don't know if you can see the smoke that's coming off of there now. Everything else, it's only been a minute or so, and everything else has burned off of there. And there's just a little hint. Hold on, my tripod. There's just a little bit of resin on top. And that's just burning a little bit. So it's not too bad. Can a charcoal disc be divided I wonder, that's a good question. I don't think I've ever done that, but I'm sure it could. I just haven't tried it, but I'm sure it could. Just, you know, take a sharp knife or something and cut them right in half. I bet it could, especially if you're doing it inside, because you don't want to, when you're inside, this is all you want. You don't want a big poof of smoke when you're inside, right? I break them up all the time. Yeah, I break them up and put them into my black salt if I need to. If I want a little bit darker color on my black salt. Hi, Kay. That's okay, honey. It happens. Finally found my holiday section in my Book of Shadows after looking this whole time. Ah, don't you hate that, Rachel? I try to have tabs in my family one, which is where I keep stuff like all the general information. And then my personal one, I don't have tabs, but it helps a little bit. Perfect. All right, now. So that is the incense. Again, I have tons of recipes. You can do whatever you want. Really, just use whatever looks good to you. Whatever makes you feel like home. Excuse me. Last year, I sold Yule incense. And I had Yule incense. And then we called another one Christmas incense. Because it was two different smells. We did one that was kind of like this. And one that had like ginger and nutmeg and that kind of thing in it. And that was a little bit different smell. This to me was more the spiritual Yule kind of feeling. And then the Christmas one was like, you know, cooking in your grandma's kitchen or something, you know. I removed the smoke detectors. They upset my demons. I believe it because I can't tell you how many times I have set off my smoke detectors. In fact, that last bit might have been a little too much. We'll see if I set them off this time. I bought charcoal discs, but I haven't tried them yet. I love incense. In every other way, I'm afraid of setting off the fire alarms and then having the fire department show up. Yeah, if you do it, I would open up the windows because, like, I don't have one in this room for that purpose, but there is in the next room is my kitchen, and there is there. So, we'll see if my aunt comes out and gets mad because I set it off. Okay. My eyes are bad to type with my iPod. Maybe try to do it outside or, yeah, open up windows and set up fans. Absolutely. And when I do a whole bunch, I really try to set up. I made my husband make me a little burn pit with an old washing machine, the inside of an old washing machine, so that it contains the fire really well. And we can have a little fire even like in the wintertime. And it works really well. And then I can put as much incense as I want and smokes as much as I want. And it's not going anywhere. So it works really good. Keep lipstick by the cauldron just in case firemen come. There you go. Perfect. How long does the charcoal disc burn? That's a good question. So it is, it's like regular charcoal. So if you think of it, it can burn for like a half an hour. It burns for quite a while. So I could keep adding on to that for, I would say a good half hour, I bet. And what did I do with my tongs? Oh, they're over here. Because when I wonder if I can do this without breaking it. Hold on. See, it's getting white. I don't know if you can see that. See, it's getting white. So that's why it does what regular, like, charcoal, you know, that you would put on your grill or something does. So, yay. Bye, honey. Okay, now we're going to go into the oils. The same kind of scents that we used for our incense, we can use for our oils. And we can do other stuff with it. I was just looking for my glasses. How sad. I need to look up Yule and see what it is. I've never done it. We don't do Yule for Christmas growing up. Cynthia, that is tomorrow. I think I'm going to upload my first Yule video to kind of explain what it is and what the lore is around it. And it's the longest winter solstice. So it's the shortest day, the longest night of the year. And in the in the old days, when our path first began, the first pagans, they used to hold a ritual on the longest night of the year because they didn't believe that the sun would necessarily come up. They thought that they had to do some coaxing to get the sun to come back up. And in our Wheel of the Year, we talked about at Mabon, the god dies and sacrifices himself into the fields in order to replenish the nutrients of the field. And at Samhain, the god is replanted into the goddess's womb and to prepare for his rebirth, the sun god, the sun, his rebirth into the world. And then from the 21st on, the sun begins to come back. So the longest night is that night. And then when that sun finally rises again, each day gets a little bit longer and a little bit longer from there. And so it's like we get the sun coming back. So that symbolizes that the birth of the god, the sun comes back. Then the front page of the newspaper next day will read, "Woman reprimanded for burning incense." Absolutely. I seen someone take out a rolling paper, make a hollow tube, and stick it in a bowl of salt and sand and hold it, then fill with incense and light. Perfect. Look at that, Dustin. Absolutely. You can figure out anything. Think of, if you go to your local thrift store or something, you can buy a little pot for like 50 cents. And then it won't burn anything. And, light your incense that way. That it's whatever you want. You know what works too? This is a weird thing, but spaghetti burns. So if you have pasta, you can put a little bit of pasta in the bottom of a pot and light it on fire and put your incense on top of that. That works too. I use dragon's blood and cinnamon and rosemary. Perfect. It's funny her getting older. Okay, I knew about the longest day and solstice, but I didn't know what Yule was. No problem, honey. And there's a whole bunch of lore that goes along with that too. And I have a bunch of stories. Actually, I'm going to start story time back up. I swear I have the mind and body of a 9-year-old already. Yay. Okay. So same kind of scents we want for our incense. We want for our oils, which I should have probably gotten these out ahead of time. So let's say, actually, let me dig into these. We are going to start with, I need my glasses for sure. I'm hoping we're going to start with frankincense because we didn't have frankincense before. So we're going to start with some frankincense. There's all kinds of, again, whatever you think of when you think of Christmassy. Anise, I have anise. There's cypress. I can't read some of these. Oh, there's my clove. So I can always do clove. There's cedar wood. There's, obviously, I use this one a lot. What the heck is that? Cinnamon, I think. Yep, cinnamon. So cinnamon oil, cedar wood, juniper. I have my juniper. Bay, you could always use bay in there. Myrrh, I have myrrh, ginger. I have different pine needles. I have pine needle, I have fir needles, I think. Rosemary, yep, you could put rosemary in there. Cedar leaf. I have lots of oils because I only use a very little bit usually. Because you can make them last a little bit longer. It depends on what you're using them for. So, let's see. I use oil incense a lot. People at work can tell when I'm in the school because they can smell me coming. Think all of my clothes has absorbed the scents. Absolutely. For sure. I've lit a candle with spaghetti, but I never thought of using it for incense. Absolutely. So there's so many things you can do with these oils, guys. You can burn them in a burner. You can light a candle underneath your cauldron if you can find something to, you know, build it up with, and burn it in your cauldron. You can, depending on, now be careful, make sure you look up in, you know, Herbal Magic book, Cunningham's, this one, I like Cunningham's Incense and Oils and Brews. He's good about letting you know what ones you can put on your skin and stuff, because I make oils that I use for my skin or just like as perfume. I'm not a perfume person. I think I've said before, you're either a patchouli person or you're not. And patchouli people are generally more earthy smells. I'm definitely that. I am not I hate when the old ladies come in for mammograms with their like perfumey, flowery perfumes. Instant migraine, drives me crazy. Yes, you can do the patch test for oils. Yes, works in a diffuser. Absolutely. You just want to add water with the diffuser. And Angela, keep in mind, all right, you're 34. I'm trying to think, how old was I when I started this path? I don't think I was much younger than you when I started this path. I was, how old is my son? 16. So I was, oh goodness, I don't know. I was about 28, 29, I think, when I started my path. And so, you know, you are fine. You are young still. You're fine. It's benzoin that's a pain to get out of that book. Benzoin for oil, you mean, or for resin? Benzoin resin is really easy to get, usually, unless it's just in my area, in which case, how come? 68, so I've done this all my life. Cynthia, your gardens and stuff, I'm so jealous. I want to move. I'm going to come and stay with you. Yep, absolutely. We're all growing for sure. Oils, just keep in mind, look up if you know, or do a patch test like she said. Look up and see some oils are not great for your skin, so they could, you know, be a problem. Because my husband sold, you know, Young Living, the first thing I did was get a little bag of little bottles. So I have a bunch of little bottles. But before he did that, I would look at all of the, there's my focus. There we go. Before he did that, I would look at all of the thrift stores and stuff for little potion bottles and stuff. So I got all kinds of little bottles at thrift shops. And I'll give you another little tip. Michael's has little bottles all the time that are pretty cheap. So I got some there, and I got, where's my, this was my find. I went to Savers one day. I've had these for a year now, and I keep saving them because I'm like, I'm so proud of myself. All right, I don't know if you can see this. I went to Savers. They're all glass. And I bought boxes of these. I have, let's see, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3. I have 3 boxes, all full. And I think, yeah, I paid $3 a box. So keep your eyes open, because, you know, science people will turn these things in. And they have no idea what to use for them. And I'm like, oh, those are perfect oil bottles. And I keep all my corks. And Michael's has little bottles of, or little bags of corks for really cheap too. So keep your eyes open. I work a good deal. My coworkers will literally find me to give me crystals and potion bottles. Yay! Oh, that is like my dream job. Hobby Lobby is a great place to get all kinds of magic stuff. Absolutely. I have to say, I try not to get political. I try not to go to Hobby Lobby as much as I possibly can. Just because they are the ones that are, they actively give money against gay marriage. So I don't want to give them my money. But you're right, it's hard. Sometimes you can't find any place else to go. But I don't think I've been in a Hobby Lobby in 8 years. Because I won't support people who do that crap. Yep. Absolutely, me too. Pepper, I have a coworker in school who's 2 years older than you. Yay. Okay. So, the other thing you can get, they're called pipettes. And, yeah, but think about it, all those Christians and you get magic stuff from them. It's true, but you are now funding, because you're giving them money when you buy their stuff, you are now funding their hatred of gay marriage and birth control and all that other stuff that they do. They actively fund for political stuff with my money. And I don't do that. Okay, so these are pipe to each their own. Absolutely. I know. And you have to decide for yourself. You know, I know people who are like, my, couple dollars that I spend in there is not going to, and I get that, and that's okay, and that's for you. For me, I just won't put my money to that cause, but yay. Okay, so these are pipettes. Really, really cheap, guys. You can get them on Amazon for, I don't know, like 100 of them for $10, if that. I think they are cheaper than that, but it's been a while because I've gotten them so long ago. I reuse them. In this bottle, I have my used ones, which I put into half rubbing alcohol and half distilled water to clean them after I'm done with them. And then in this bottle is my new ones. So I used to have a pipette, but I think I lost it or ripped it. That's all right. They're really cheap. Or I hate to say this, I used to before I found pipettes, I used to get my son's like a baby aspirin, the liquid baby aspirin, and they have the little droppers, eye droppers, work just as well. Okay, so if you are going to do an oil, you want to mix your oils together. Hold on, here we go. Here's one, version of Yule oil there. 2 drops cinnamon, 2 drops clove, 1 drop mandarin, 1 drop pine, 2 drops frankincense, 2 drops myrrh. Isn't that sweet? So what kills me is they do not say, I keep waiting for any of these oils to talk about, and I don't think it's hard. If you use just your essential oils for your burner, you're going to use a hell of a lot of expensive oil in order to burn a little bit. So you need to have some kind of base, right? Janice, you don't look like you're 51. Yep. Some pharmacies have pipettes. That's a good tip, Dustin. Yes, I add water too. I add distilled water. Oh, and I'm starting to run out, but I add a little bit of distilled water. Depends on what you're going to use this for. If you're going to burn it, then use distilled water. If it's going on your skin, I'm trying to think what else. If you're using it in a diffuser, use distilled water. You can use regular water too, guys. I just say distilled because in my area, we have a lot of minerals in our water, and it creates a buildup, like a film on my diffusers, and anything you do, it kind of creates a buildup, that's all. So I always keep, because distilled water is so cheap. You can get a gallon for like, $1. It's really cheap. I I use filtered water as well. Perfect. Absolutely. So, you know, I did not bring more. Oh, yes, I did. Here we go. Okay. So here we go. I use almond oil as a base, and I have no problems with it on my skin. Yes. I was going to say that. If you're using it for your skin, I use almond oil, olive oil. I actually really like, oh, see, this is not, sure, as soon as I say it, it's not there. Hold on. I keep, yep. Now you're going to make me a liar. Let's see what I have. I have apricot oil. Sorry, excuse my butt again. Apricot oil. I have extra virgin olive oil. Olive oil works great for your skin stuff too, guys. It's really good. Castor oil. I have castor oil that works. But I was going to say, and it must be, I used it all. I really like, yep, totally lost it. It's what I use in my selenite oil. So let me think of it. Oh, wait. My recipe book is right here. Duh. Let me look it up. Since apparently my brain doesn't want to work anymore tonight. Nice butt. Yeah. What was I saying? Selenite oil. Wild feathers in here. Oh, yeah. Hi, Heidi. Grapeseed oil. That's what it is. Grapeseed oil. I love the bowl. It might fall. Oh, thank you. I love grapeseed oil for use if you're going to use it on your skin too. Or jojoba. Yep. Works really good too. For now, we're going to do it for the burner. So I'm just going to put a little bit of distilled water in. You do not need a lot, guys. You just want a little bit, especially if you're using it for your, you know, ritual purposes or anything like that. So I'm going to find my frankincense. Here we go. And I am kind of a picky pain in the butt. So I usually do not mix my pipette, and I don't measure. Again, I'm not a measuring person. It's because, I think partly because I'm not a numbers person. My husband is the numbers person, and I am I'm the words person. I'm much better with words and stuff. So numbers to me don't really, I like 2 drops of this and 2 drops. I'm not that precise. I'm like, here, have some of this. Let's see. This is cinnamon. I'm going to hold off. Now, I will tell you, cinnamon, nice butt, babe. Cinnamon, it will overpower everything. So anything that it says cinnamon, at least the oil part, anything that it says cinnamon, you've had a virus, Dee Dee, yuck. Sorry. Do not put too much in of cinnamon oil because it overpowers really quickly. I would just, if it says cinnamon oil or you want to add cinnamon oil, that's fine, but just a little bit. Do not use a lot because you don't need it. So normally, I'm so anal. Usually I use different pipettes, but I'm going to try not to cross multiply here. I'm going to put a little bit of clove. And I put a little bit of Frankenstein, a little bit of Frankenstein in there. Yep. A little bit of frankincense. And where's my juniper? I need my juniper. Juniper to me is like one of the most important ingredients for Yule. And I don't know, I'm trying to remember now why I think it's so important. But of course, my brain is not going there for me. A little bit of juniper. And I might put a little bit of some kind of pine in here. Don't stop talking. Cinnamon is so strong. It is. There's my juniper. Oh, see? And And this is what happens because I get oil all over my fingers and it makes me, I'm going to use a little bit of pine needle. Let me rephrase that. Your talking is very much welcome. Absolutely, Kay. I agree. Don't stop talking. Okay, so a little bit of pine. And again, pine is another one that is very overpowering. So you just need a little bit. Okay, so then you stir. And then if we had smell-o-vision, smells great. And then you can, again, do a million different things with it. I can put it in my cauldron, which I wouldn't do right after because my charcoal is still really hot and it would make a terrible mess. You could put it in your diffuser. You can put it on the stove with, you know, on low, on simmer. Eucalyptus, absolutely. Whatever you feel like calls that season or that Sabbath or whatever you're doing it for calls for, that's what you should do. I just gave you some examples of what, you know, I kind of have used in my Yule incense and my Yule oils before, because that, you know, that's what I've used. But that doesn't mean you have to use that same thing at all. You can use whatever you want. How we're doing? Oh, we're an hour and 21 minutes. Holy crap. Hi, Tamara. I've seen herbal oils with herbs in them. Herbal oils with herbs in them. You can do that. It takes longer if you're actually trying to get the essence of that herb in there. It's called, well, it depends on how you do it. It's called tinctures. And you use them, you put them in there for at least a couple weeks before you use it, because it takes a while for all that, the herb, the essence of the herb to soak up into that oil or that, you know, water or whatever you're using as the base. It takes a little while. Don't you get tired from standing up for so long? No. I'll tell you why. Because of my job, I have to stand up a lot at my job. So, although I remember when I went back to work, when I hadn't been working for a while, I went back to work and my feet were killing me. I thought, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Can't. I was just thinking about that, Nicole. Don't you get, oh, it's been a long day. I need to sit. Yeah, I know. I'm tired too. But I took a nap when I got home after I ate a half a bag of Doritos. My problem is that my husband can't smell any of the scents. So I burn incense when he's outside, and only in one room. He can't be near perfume or anything, so I'm limited. I see. I hear you there. I know a lot of people have allergy problems, and I've heard, in fact, I have one person who emails me a lot who does not do Facebook and stuff that has an allergy to frankincense, and I use frankincense in a lot, so I'm like, oh, you poor thing. I would die. I just downed an entire mug of coffee. So those of you who came in late, here, I'll show you my mug. This is my mug for these kind of days. All right, so that, I mean, that really concludes it, guys. Once you do that, I have a lot of information about Yule, but I think I'm going to save it for the actual Yule video tomorrow. I am going to start my story series back up because I have lots of stories. What else? I have the Yule thing to do. We have to go back to tarot probably tomorrow night, maybe. It depends. I'll be honest with you, I'm working at the main office the next 2 days, but I only have a half day tomorrow, so it won't be too bad. But I don't get out until 5 o'clock. So I'll let you know when I get home if there's going to be, I still probably will do one tomorrow, but I bet you Thursday I'll be taking the day off because a whole day at the main office means a whole day of dealing with doctors and bosses and all that kind of stuff. Yes, fake smells, I hate them too. Sometimes for casual use, just putting ingredients in the pot on the stove. Yep, absolutely. I do that all the time. And I was thinking that too with, and people have been doing that forever. And that, like before before I even knew about witches, we used to do that with like apple, cinnamon, or orange, essence of orange, and cloves is a good holiday spell. I have a trillion Yule craft stuff. I don't know if I'll do a whole video on it. We'll see. I will start posting some of that kind of stuff in our No Tarot Tonight. Because I'm downstairs, it's harder to do tarot when I'm downstairs because this area is all herbs and bottles and glass and my cauldrons and all that kind of stuff. And then my tarot stuff is upstairs. So tomorrow will be tarot again, though. And I have no idea what I was saying. Yep, I'm tired. Wait, wasn't today supposed to be Tarot Tuesday? I know, Jackie. But when I said something yesterday, I put in the vote that we could switch Tarot Tuesday to Tarot Monday, or we could do Herbal Monday and then do Tarot Tuesday, and people voted for Tarot yesterday, so we did herbs today. I put a metal can with water, cinnamon cloves, and an orange peel in front of gas heaters. Perfect. See, you can do anything. You can do anything. My boyfriend just got me the Deviant Moon deck. Woo! All right, Hexen, that's awesome. I love that deck. I really love that deck. I followed him when he was, before I knew who Patrick was really, but when he was creating the deck, I followed him. I had no idea that it was going to be this big, huge thing. And then it still took me like 6 months or something to get it after he was done. But how did I miss the vote? It was on the page yesterday for a little while, but my RWS just arrived today. Yay! Oh, good. Well, you will be right with us tomorrow then. Yay! All right. Well, that is great, Hexen. I'm telling you, that's one of my favorite decks, especially for this time of year, shadow work time. That Deviant Moon deck is awesome. And Patrick is great. So, if you don't know Patrick, you know, you can email him. He'll talk to you. And he has been on Simon's show before. So he is a great, one of those creators that you really like to support for sure. Every year it's not Christmas until there's a pot on the stove with cloves and cinnamon and apples. And it's not a witchy tradition in my family. Absolutely. Witch cottage should be done in the spring. Yay! Yay, Xanthia. I'm so excited for you. That's awesome. My guild tower was supposed to be here today. Tracking that it was delivered, but it wasn't. Ugh. Oh, God, I hate when that happens. It was delivered. No, it wasn't. I've had a couple things stolen out of my mailbox before, but drives you crazy. I love the darkness it contains. Absolutely. Me too, Hexen. I love that deck. Love, 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 love. And I really want to get the paradoxical version of it because that's really... really cool looking too. If you haven't seen his paradoxical version of it, just kind of switches the colors out, makes it look really cool too. When will you be interviewed by Simon? Okay, so Kay brings that up. Simon got a hold of me and he is going to interview me December, I think it's the 8th. Is the 8th a Sunday? I believe it's December 8th. Or no, Saturday. He does it on Saturday. So I think it's December 8th. But I'll be letting you know more. It's the very beginning of December, I think. So do you scent pine cones and put them around the house with cinnamon? That is a great idea, Jackie. How easy would that be? Perfect. I do not do that usually, but that's a great idea. Okay, if I send a pic of my new Oracle deck, would you mind sending tips on how to use it? Absolutely, Rachel, no problem. Sure. No, I'll be at a witchy bazaar that day. Oh, I'm sorry, Jack. You'll have to catch up. I'm sorry. It'll be, what time is it usually for him? I think it's 4 or 5 o'clock usually for him, and it makes it like 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time. All right. I'm going to get going, guys. This was a good one. I have so many to put up. I really wanted to try to put up a couple today, but I wasn't able to because patients were coming in. It wasn't a real busy day, but it was, you know, one of those things I couldn't get enough time to do a whole thing together. So tomorrow I don't have to be to work till 1 though, so I will be uploading a video before I go to work, and then we'll see you tomorrow night for some more tarot talk. Yay! You guys too. Perfect. Thanks, guys. Blessings. Have a good night.